Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it and break it down. I've gotten a lot of requests from a lot of different people on social media, the comment sections and things such as that. And everyone keeps wanting to know, since Oscar De La Hoya said that Canelo Alvarez's next potential opponent will be a surprise, will shock people. And it seems like the front runner for his next fight would be Danny Jacobs. That seems the fight that everyone wants to see. That's what everyone's talking about. But if it's truly a surprise and everybody keeps sending me these messages, what happens if Canelo Alvarez picks Jermall Charlo as his next opponent? Now, you have a lot of fanboys that say, oh, he's the rightful mandatory. He is not the mandatory. Unlike Dante's Biased Nation, we have to be honest and unbiased. And being honest and unbiased, we have to come out and tell you that Jermall Charlo has to face an eliminator with Triple G to be the official mandatory for Canelo Alvarez. Now, at the end of the day, we don't know if that fight's going to happen, but let's be honest about the situation. If Canelo Alvarez takes on Jermall Charlo at this state, what happens if Canelo picks him? I think the first thing that happens is Canelo Alvarez only builds his name and his legacy even more. I understand that I don't consider Jermall Charlo a top-level fighter or an elite-level fighter, but he has a group of fans that believe he is. And Jermall Charlo fans believe that he's a top-level fighter. Now, Jermall Charlo doesn't have a huge fan base, but he has a hardcore boxing fan base. And anytime you can add hardcore boxing fans basically to your fan base is a beautiful thing. So I think Canelo Alvarez will additionally grow his fan base, and I think that's going to be a huge thing. But I also think that Canelo Alvarez is going to put on a miraculous display of talent and skill against a Jermall Charlo. We've seen in Jermall Charlo's recent fight against Matt Korobov, where I personally believe Matt Korobov was robbed, where he went the entire 12 rounds with Matt Korobov. Yes, he did hurt him late, but Matt Korobov never touched the canvas. So if we're being honest about the situation, is that I just don't see any way or any skill sets or anything that Jermall Charlo has shown in his career that he can compete with anyone of Canelo's level. I believe Canelo Alvarez will stop Jermall Charlo. And when he stops Jermall Charlo, I think that changes things for Canelo. I think that makes him even a bigger superstar. I think that because so many hardcore boxing fans will have to admit how truly great Canelo Alvarez is at that point. See, right now, you have all these fanboys and these biased boxing channels in these corners of the world who still rate Jermall Charlo higher than what he needs to be, and also they downgrade Canelo no matter what he continues to accomplish. They want to talk about nonsense. They want to talk about Rocky Fielding, say, oh, Rocky Fielding's not that good. Why does he deserve it over Jermall Charlo? Well, Rocky Fielding, you have to understand, let's just be unbiased. Rocky Fielding was a top 10 fighter at 168 pounds and a world champion. What is Jermall Charlo? Jermall Charlo can't even sell more than 10,000 tickets in the Barclays Center. Let's just be honest about this. There's no reason to hide behind the people's fanboyism. And you get all these guys that come out and say, well, I guess I'm a fanboy because I like this fighter. I would never call someone a fanboy because they support a certain fighter. That does not make you a fanboy. What makes you a fanboy is the fact that you no longer use reason and logic to argue your case as to why this guy's best. There's nothing you've ever seen from Jermall Charlo to say that he has done this or that or shown a level of skill against any opponent that he would be able to use against Canelo Alvarez. He's done nothing in his career to prove that he can even compete with Canelo Alvarez. So if Canelo picked Jermall Charlo, I think it'll set the boxing world on fire. I think it'll be a huge fight because all of Canelo fights are huge. It wouldn't be because of Jermall Charlo, but I think it'll have a more vested interest from casual boxing fans and hardcore boxing fans because of the hype that would surround it. See, you have to realize that Jermall Charlo has been so hyped up, but yet he's still so unproven. He's never had a signature win, and I think if Canelo Alvarez decided to pick Jermall Charlo, I think it would only help his legacy for the simple fact that he would gain all those hardcore fans. He would also shut up a lot of mouths because as he continues to shut up mouths, he beats Triple G, shuts up mouths, moves on, still no one talks about it. You have to understand and respect Canelo Alvarez as being an elite level fighter who's at the top of his game, and Jermall Charlo wouldn't stand a chance. I think it only helps Canelo Alvarez's legacy. It only further cements him as one of the best fighters, and this being Canelo Alvarez's era. Once again, it's Ibfp. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.